Hey guys, coming back at you this week with another sweet showcase spotlight, the C3 Corvette. Let's hit it. What's up everyone, Josh here, RK Motors content guru and proud owner of official Corvette Museum Sinkhole Dirt. Speaking of the Corvette Museum, today's trivia question. What designer designed the logo for the National Corvette Museum? So the third generation Corvette, in a lot of people's opinions, including mine, is one of the most underrated classics in the collector car market. The reason being, because these are pretty much ready-made Resto-Mod cars. You can pick up one for fairly cheap and you can get a lot of bolt-on parts, and you have a car that already drives pretty well that you can make drive pretty exceptional. From a history standpoint, the third generation Corvette was inspired by the Mako Shark 2 concept car, which of course itself was inspired by the Mako Shark concept car. There were two versions of the Mako Shark 2. One was just a static display, and the other one was a functioning automobile that actually introduced the Mark IV big block, like the 427 in the 1966 Corvette. The Mako Shark 2 was designed by two pretty legendary designers, Bill Mitchell and Larry Shinoda. Our Ford friends will know Larry Shinoda from, of course, Mustang Boss 302 fame. In addition to inspiring the third generation Corvette, the Mako Shark 2 actually inspired quite a few cars or features on cars from several automakers. It had a flip-up hood, adjustable rear spoiler, access panels for things like batteries, digital gauges, were a number of innovations that really stuck with designers after the car was introduced. The third generation Corvette is the longest running Corvette. It was produced for the longest, and it is the Vette with the most displacement. So you can get anything from a 305 to a 454 throughout the car's run. This particular C3 is a final year, it's a 1982, is what they call a rubber bumper car. So there are two ways to denote C3 Corvettes: chrome and rubber bumper cars and sugar scoop cars. So chrome bumper cars were 68 through 72, of course had the front chrome bumper, and anything later than that, all the way up to 1982, were rubber bumper cars. Sugar scoop cars have a vertical rear window, so this is the fastback design that was introduced in 1978. A lot of people think this is about the most attractive iteration of the car. I tend to agree. This is a professional restoration that makes excellent use of Cadillac sage green paint. Have your satin black grills, of course. Notable features on this restoration include Detroit speed headlights and mirrored T-tops. And the T-tops are really interesting from a historical perspective because the third generation Corvette was the first mass production car to feature T-tops. Let's take a look under the hood. So continuing on the Resto-Mod theme, this is a Chevrolet Performance LS3 525. So it's a LS conversion. It's one of the best LS conversions. 376 is the displacement of the block, 6.2 liters. 525 is the horsepower. So this is basically a factory engineered piece that you can plug right into this car and get awesome performance, much better performance than you would have originally had. Has an ASA cam, so that's kind of in relation to older small blocks, kind of like the Duntov cam. It's just a hotter cam that GM has engineered. And this is actually part of one of 84 connect and cruise combinations that Chevrolet Performance offers. So essentially they've engineered an engine, a transmission, and all the controllers in one kit that you can just put in the car and drive off without having to tune or wire or anything. Let's take a look inside the car. So as with any Resto-Mod, this car takes what is good about the original and makes it better. So we have customized Ultraleather interior with custom door panels, a little bit of billet trim. It's really nice that this is a lighter interior color, not only because it matches the paint well, but because you do have T-tops. It just brightens things up, you know, with the sun shining in, as opposed to like a standard black Corvette interior. The T-tops do have custom sunshades, so you're not going to bake in the summer. Notable features, modern audio system, modern air conditioning, Dakota Digital VHX telemetry, a billet steering wheel with a tilt column, and of course you have things that were there probably before the car was restored, like power windows and power door locks. Now that we're back inside, let's take a look under the car. So the cool thing, again, about this Corvette is we're dealing with a car that's kind of primed to be a Resto-Mod. So as opposed to maybe last week, if you saw our RK527 video where we had a traditional muscle car that had to have a lot of stuff fabricated for it to be a Pro Tour, this Corvette has a lot of cool bolt-on parts because you're already dealing with a car that is a little more competent when it comes to driving. First up, this nice RideTech TruTurn front suspension. This is all bolt-in. What it gets you is RideTech strong arms, relocated tie rods, and tall drop spindles. And of course, the purpose of this is to both lower the car, make it perform better, and create a little bit of space for different wheel packages. Follow that up with a RideTech rear suspension. Some nice truss design work here. Lightens things up a little bit, but also provides strength. Also, both of these suspensions are complete with RideTech coilover shocks. We've discussed that in previous videos about how that's a little bit better set up than a traditional leaf suspension. So the RideTech suspension works well with RideTech muscle bars. They're sway bars that RideTech designed specifically for lowered cars, you know, stiffen everything up. Behind the engine, got a Chevrolet Performance 4L70E 4-speed. This, again, is part of Chevrolet Performance's Connect and Cruise program. So you're pretty much dropping a drivetrain in that you can fire up and, with minimal tuning, drive down the road. 355 gears in the rear, nice treatable gear. Large diameter exhaust with mandrel bends. So if you're not familiar with that, what it means is there isn't anything pinched in the bends of the exhaust. Just creates a little bit less restriction with some nice Borla Pro XS mufflers. So in comparison, that's going to be, you know, like a typical Flowmaster 40 series is going to be pretty loud and raspy. The Borlas are going to be a little bit deeper, but they're going to be a little bit quieter. Maybe not a wide open throttle, but, you know, just idling around town. Some nice Billet Specialties G-Spec Pro Touring wheels. So Billet Specialties Pro Touring wheels, of course, are made to do two things. Made to be lightweight and strong, and they're made to clear bigger brake packages. This car has a very impressive brake package on it. It has Baer 6-piston calipers at every corner with drilled and slotted rotors. That's about $4,500 in brakes, not counting the Baer master cylinder or the booster. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this detailed look at our C3 Resto-Mod. You can find it at www.rkmotors.com. Remember to like, subscribe, and share, and shoot me an answer to the trivia question in the comments.